Let's bring in Florida Congressman and Trump surrogate Byron Donalds. Congressman, great to see you.
Good to be with you.
What a pleasure that you're here. Your reaction to that little tidbit of Kamala Harris that we just saw?
This is the first time I've seen the clip. Was she looking down, reading her notes, trying to answer Dana Bash's question? Number two, what does she even mean by deadlines based in time? The Inflation Reduction Act was the Green New Deal's little sister. That's how they wrote it. It actually made inflation worse. She was the tie-breaking vote. Couple that with the American Rescue Plan, of which she was a tie-breaking vote in the United States Senate, which created this inflation to begin with. She didn't talk about that. Then she's saying that her values haven't changed, but she's flip-flopping on every major policy she supported in 2019 and as vice president to Joe Biden, but miraculously it's now different. But I'd go back to just the body language. I didn't see the lively starlet Kamala Harris from the DNC convention. I saw somebody that didn't look comfortable in their own skin answering questions from Dana Bash, who's about as friendly as a reporter as you're going to get. That's not the mantle of leadership that I saw in that clip. I'm interested to see what else is there.
You know, this is as clear as mud, Congressman, because she talks about her values haven't changed, and you mentioned she's changed all these policies. It leaves us all confused, and I don't know, we haven't seen the whole interview yet. I don't know that Dana Bash actually pushes her on that issue. Like, you know, why have you changed if your values haven't changed? But do you think this works with the American people? Will they be duped by this very unclear language and very clear plan for the country?
Oh, look, I hope not. Look, I think with Kamala Harris, this campaign is set up to try to be above politics. That's why they're not talking to reporters. That's why they're really not engaging with anybody. But the support that they've been able to amass, it's very broad,
It's real.
But it's thin because there's no substance to it. It's about feelings. It's about whether you like Donald Trump or not. It's about thinking that you can just move forward in this abstract way without the concrete ideas you need to propel our nation forward. So I believe these conversations, this interview, and for one, the debate, I guess, is in about 15 days or so. That can be the things that breaks the glass, if you will, on this campaign. And that's why she looks very uncomfortable. The thing that sat most with me watching that clip, she's looking down. She's not looking at the interviewer. If you're looking down, you're not confident in what you're saying, or you're trying to read the script off the desk. And then number two, everything is still vague. No details, no substance. The American people deserve to hear a lot more than that.
Yeah, the Inflation Reduction Act, $1 trillion in green pork and handouts to their cronies in the climate movement, and $300 billion of it was EV subsidies, which is like setting fire to money. It's just, that's what the Inflation Reduction Act is. But economy, inflation, number one, and immigration is number two. And we want to move on to this, something else you won't hear anything about tonight. The Biden-Harris migrant crisis, illegal migrant crisis, which over the past year alone has cost taxpayers $150 billion. The state of Florida, your state, Congressman, dishing out more than $8 billion and nearly $3 billion heading out in Massachusetts, where Republicans are demanding an itemized breakdown of how this money was spent, Congressman. It is, and it's almost incalculable how much money is being spent.
Look, this is a true disaster for the country because this is all really coming out of the welfare state in America, the social welfare spending. It's all eking out of there. We need an accounting for every state in the country, not just Massachusetts. That has to come from the Biden-Harris administration. But the way this administration operates, they don't give details. They do not respond to anything. They ignore the crises that they start. So you now have $150 billion being spent on illegal immigrants in our country. We're close to $200 billion that has been sent for basically protecting the borders of Ukraine, while our southern border continues to be wide open. And who was in charge? Kamala Harris. Is she going to answer for what she did and why she did it? What were her conversations with Joe Biden? What were the remedies they were planning on doing? She has not talked about any of that. People start voting in North Carolina and Pennsylvania in about 3 weeks. The American people need answers to this because we don't have another $200 billion for illegal aliens in the United States. We don't have that money. It's only going to destroy the purchasing power for every man, woman, and child, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're middle income, whether you're poor in the United States of America. You're going to suffer so we can fund the wide open borders of Kamala Harris.
I just wish there was honesty coming from this campaign. I mean, again, we're supposed to have a government by and for the people. They always talk about democracy. Well, if you're proud of your democracy and what you're doing with illegals and how much money you're spending, tell us. Be honest. This is how much we're going to spend on people who are not American citizens. And that's why we don't have money to help you buy healthy food or help you with your housing. Again, by the way, I'm not in favor of a big safety net, but if you're going to spend the money, spend it on Americans. And I think more Americans are angry about this issue than actually comes up even in the polling. They're frustrated with Democrats looking out for people who don't belong to this country.
They are very frustrated because when you talk to people about these issues, they want to blame somebody. I don't know if you guys remember the clip from, I think it was NBC a couple weeks ago, a black woman in Philadelphia talking about the price of a bell pepper going from $2 to $5. Yeah. And when she was asked, who do you blame? She says, I blame the federal government. But she didn't say who in the federal government. And it is going to be the job of the Trump campaign and of surrogates like myself to explain to the American people that your food prices have gone up because of the recklessness of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. The borders are wide open because of Kamala Harris's recklessness. And the fact that you can't buy a house like you used to, interest rates are massively up, the economy is stagnated, that is because of the terrible economic policies of Kamala Harris that she supports. And by the way, she's doubling down on those economic policies. Yeah. It's a disaster for the country. It does not work.
Kamala,
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Kamala Harris is hurting people here in the United States legally, taxpayers, to help people who should not be here.
Yes, 100%.
No doubt. Congressman, we appreciate you being with us. By the way, a member of the most important committee in the House, Financial Services. So well done. Thank you for being with us.
He's only complimenting himself by saying that.
It's the A committee. It's the A committee.
It is.
Congress.
Listen, you know when Financial Services goes wrong, you know right now.
That's right.
Not later.
That's
right. All right.
Great to see you.
Thanks, guys.
Byron Donalds.